Nigeria, a country blessed with abundant arable land, a favorable climate, and a large workforce, should be a powerhouse in food production. However, the reality is far from it. Despite its potential, Nigeria remains far from achieving food sufficiency, leaving its growing population to rely on imports and face the threats of food insecurity. In the northwest and north-central regions, farmers have been terrorized by bandits, terrorists, and other criminal elements, forcing many to abandon their farms. The Nigerian Defense Headquarters has deployed troops to protect farmers, but the question remains, how sustainable is this solution? Conundrum Ephraim, a local farmer in Nasarawa State, narrated how he was on his farm one day when herdsmen arrived with their herds and ate up his soya beans that he had planted. He added that he could not intervene in their destruction because they might attack him and his family. Another challenge farmers face is stock theft. Plows are stolen, leaving farmers needing a means to cultivate their fields.
I was in a farm with my family and they just came in my soybeans farm. So they just entered with cow and I asked them, what are they doing like this? Why are they behaving like this? They say, what am I going to do? They came intentionally to find problem. So from the body language, the question they asked me, I just divert. I was with my family. I don't want anything to affect me. So we just pack our things. We leave them in the farm. They destroy the soybeans and we left. If not, they would have cleared us. So it is like they are out basically for problem.
Another issue is that for farmers to transport their produce from rural areas to markets or city centers, farmers are forced to pay multiple illegal taxes and levies to the many roadblocks by law enforcement agents along the highways. To overcome these challenges, Nigeria needs sustainable solutions. Community-based security initiatives can empower local communities to protect their farms and livestock. Improving rural roads, storage facilities, and market infrastructure can reduce post-harvest losses and increase access to markets.
Many people are witness that Nigerians before now, to some extent, export a lot of commodities out of the country. You can remember the groundnut pyramid in Kano. You can remember our textile garments, where we farm a lot of cotton and export it to other countries of the world. This has been the practice in Nigeria, and larger percentage of these farmers are smallholder farmers. Up till now, Nigeria did not attain food sufficiency. We need to ask ourselves why. The immediate past administration under APC, in the history of this country, has deployed a lot of resources to support agriculture. As a matter of fact, we have never witnessed the deployment of resources in agri sector like what the immediate past administration have did. This is to show you that deployment of resources alone cannot be able to provide Nigerians with enough food to eat. This brings us to issue of integrity, issue of honesty, and issue of patriotism. Every Nigerian needs to be honest, need to be patriotic, so that we can produce what we can eat and eat what we produce. And that is the only way we can beat ourselves and answer that we are the giant of Africa. You can't be a giant of Africa when you don't have food to eat. You can't be giant of Africa when your people cannot have 3 square meals. They find it very difficult to eat once. Coming to your question, issue of food sufficiency, we know, as I've said severally, that Nigeria is blessed with enormous agricultural potentials. All what you need in the cost of producing you have it in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, on the 9 climate conditions we have across the globe, Nigeria is sitting on 6. And that's what makes Nigeria both comparative and competitive advantage of producing variety of crops and commodities. So, issue of producing enough to eat is issue of patriotic. Farmers are working, input providers are manufacturing fertilizer and agrochemicals. We have young people who are out there to support production so that they can earn a living.
Streamlining and reducing taxes on farm produce can encourage farmers to sell their products without excessive burden. Providing farmers with access to credit, inputs, and extension services can enhance productivity and efficiency.
So what I'm trying to demonstrate here is that the government need to involve every actor in the process. Discussion has to be open with the farmer. Discussion has to be open with the input provider. The discussion has to be open with those that are engaged in value addition, so that we can have all-in-one approach. People within the government, I'm sorry to say, that they are engaging only the contractors because they believe that is what benefits them. I'm sorry.
How do they?
I can give example with the Federal Minister of Agriculture. Since the inception of this government, all the time they have been having engagement with contractors. I need to ask, how many times do they have engagement with farmers? How many times do they have engagement with extension agents? How many times do they have engagement with transporters, people that are evacuating this produce from villages to cities, to towns, up to the milling facilities? The interest is always channeled to the contractor. And if you did not involve every stakeholder, then other sectors of the agriculture will definitely suffer.
Investing in irrigation systems can also reduce dependence on rainfall, allowing for multiple harvests per year. Promoting agro-processing and value addition can increase the shelf life of produce, reduce waste, and create jobs. Engaging youth in agriculture through training, mentorship, and access to land and credit can also ensure a sustainable future for the sector.
Whether we like it or not, the world is going global into technology. We will form something maybe like a cluster farmer today. Government will go on back on that. I didn't say we'll leave all the responsibility to the government. No. If government can give them security in their farm, or give them input like fertilizers, give them input like insecticide, post-emergency and pre-emergency, that will help them assess. Because it's very easy to go into the farm, but the biggest problem of the farm is the inputs to you to apply after farming. I think those are the major problems we are facing.
I believe that addressing these challenges and implementing sustainable solutions, Nigeria can unlock its agricultural potential, achieve food sufficiency, and become a major player in the global food market. It is time for Nigeria to take control of its food security and ensure a brighter future for its citizens.